Hi everyone, welcome to Fall 2020-2021 tutorial session. Today we are going to start our first tutorial in heat transfer, which is MEC 420 heat transfer. So this is first part of the tutorial. Okay, so this tutorial one I have made into two parts. So part A is going to cover the first chapter and part B is going to cover the second chapter. So summary of this chapter. In this chapter you have understood the relation between thermodynamics and heat transfer and how they are related to each other. You have went through the application areas of heat transfer and as well as the historical background. Later on, you went on modeling part or modeling in engineering, like related to heat transfer. Okay, then you have seen heat and other forms of energy, like distinguishing thermal energy from other forms of energy and heat transfer from other forms of energy transfer. So in this area you have went through specific heats of gases, liquids and solids as well as energy transfer. Later on you went through first law of thermodynamics where you did energy balance for a closed system, energy balance for an open system or steady flow systems, and the most important part in heat transfer was, which you covered in the chapter, was surface energy balance. Okay, then you understood the basic mechanism of heat transfer, like the mechanisms like conduction, convection and radiation, which is the three modes of heat transfer: conduction, convection, radiation, and their governing laws. For conduction it was Fourier's law of heat conduction, for convection it was Newton's law of cooling, and for radiation it was Stephen Boltzmann's law of radiation. Then you have identified the mechanisms of heat transfer that occur simultaneously in practice. Okay, so which is simultaneous heat transfer mechanisms. And finally you have gone through the problem solving techniques, or what are the techniques you need to follow when doing a problem solving. Okay, so now as part of tutorial I have taken two sample questions where one of them is a question which is related to heat conduction. Okay, because we know that there are three modes of heat transfer. One is conduction, convection and radiation, and you have covered in your lecture in detail. Okay, so what is conduction? Conduction is a transfer of energy from more energetic particles of a substance to adjacent less energetic one as a result of interaction between the particles. Okay, and you also have seen how conduction happens in gases and liquids. Okay, so in gases and liquids, conduction is due to collision and diffusion of molecules during their random motion, and in solids it's due to combination of vibration of molecules in a lattice and the energy transport by free radicals. Okay, so we know that all the three modes of, for the conduction and convection you need a medium for heat transfer to happen, but in radiation it can happen by itself, it doesn't require a medium. Okay, so you have learned all this in detail. You have already covered all this in detail in the lecture. So in this tutorial part I have taken, like I told you before, I have taken two questions. So let's see with the first question. The inner and outer surfaces of a 5 meter by 6 meter brick wall of thickness is also given. Thermal conductivity is given. Okay, so in this chapter, the last part was what? How to solve a problem or problem solving techniques, which you have covered in detail. Okay, so first step was what? Understand the problem statement. So what is your problem statement? The inner and outer surfaces of a 5 meter into 6 meter brick wall of thickness is also given. So cross section area is given. So this is your cross section area. So this area is given. If you make it in a 3D shape, it will be something like this. So this area is given. So it is what? Let's say for example, this is 5 meter and this is 6 meter. A number without an unit has no meaning. Okay, so this is 5 by 6 is the area of this wall, and the thickness is also given. Thickness of the wall is also given. So let's take down all what is given. Okay, so let's write down what are given. Okay, so what are the given stuffs in it? We have area. Area is given to be what? Area is equal to 5 meter multiplied by 6 meter, which is equal to 30 meter square. So that is the area of the wall, 30 meter square. Area you have right now. Okay, what is also given? The thickness is also given. Okay, thickness of the wall. So let's take it as L as a notation. L is equal to, thickness is equal to 0.3 meter. Since 30 centimeter means 30 by 100, which will give you 0.3 meter. Thermal conductivity of the wall is also given. What is also given? Thermal conductivity of the wall is given. Okay, we all know what is thermal conductivity, right? Again, I repeat, thermal conductivity is nothing but a measure of ability of the material to conduct heat. So whether it's a good conductor or a bad conductor of heat. So if K value is high, that means it's a good conductor of heat. If K value is low, that means it's a bad conductor of heat. Okay, it's given to be meter degree Celsius. Okay, and what else is also given? The temperature maintained on the inner side as well as the outer side is given. So at the inner side, it's T1 is equal to, given to be 20 degrees Celsius, which I take it as T1. So always heat flow from high temperature to low temperature. So this is what you will keep in mind. T2 is also given to be 5 degrees Celsius, and vice versa is not possible unless there is an external source. Okay, so heat always flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. So all these values are there. Since we are dealing with conduction problem, which is a governing law for conduction, Fourier's law of heat conduction, which states that Q dot conduction, since I am writing with mouse, I hope it's clear for you. Q dot conduction is equal to minus K thermal conductivity, A the cross section area, dt the change in temperature over the thickness, the change in length. Okay, so what is dt by dx? It is the slope of the temperature curve on a dx diagram, and negative sign in the equation is nothing but it's ensuring that heat transfer is always happening in a positive direction. Okay, positive x direction is a positive quantity. And we all know heat is conducted in the direction of decreasing temperature, and the temperature gradient becomes negative when the temperature decreases with increasing x. So that's the reason why we have minus Ka dt over dx. This I can also write it as like this. K, since everything is constant and x is also constant, A sorry for that, T1 minus T2 over L, the length. Okay, so what all we know? We know it's a pure conduction, so we wrote the formula, everything. We know the T1 value, we know the T2 value, K value, everything is known. So it's easy. We just have to plug in all the numbers. So it's nothing but 0.69 watt per meter degree Celsius multiplied by area, which is, we already know, 30. Always write the units together, because then it will be very easy for you to cancel them and you will get the right units after multiplication or whatever the mathematical calculation you perform. Okay, we know T1 and T2, so it is nothing, 20 minus 5 degree Celsius over the length is also given 0.3 meter. So if I cancel all the units here, 0.3 meter. Okay, so meter square, this will get cancelled, and what also, degree Celsius is also getting cancelled. Okay, degree Celsius is getting cancelled. So what is remaining in our answer? We just have, if you multiply everything, we'll get 1035 watt. That is your Q dot conduction, or the rate of heat transfer through the wall in watts. So we found it. Okay, so this is our rate of heat transfer through the wall. Okay, so now let's move on to our next question. Okay, so what is given over here? 100-watt iron is left on an iron board. So this is the iron board and the iron box is left over there. Okay, with its base exposed to air at 20 degrees Celsius. So let's initially write the power is given, or you can say the rate of heat transfer, the total rate of heat transfer. Okay, so you can call it as power, or total rate of heat transfer is equal to 1000 watt. Okay, is exposed to air at 20 degrees Celsius. So T air, the temperature of air is what? Nothing but it's 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, and what is also given? The convection heat transfer coefficient. So the mode of heat transfer is what? Convection. We got it. So convection heat transfer coefficient between the base surface and the surrounding air is 35 degrees Celsius. So H, we know convection is, heat transfer coefficient is H, which is 35 watt per meter square degree Celsius. Okay, and what is also given? If the base has an emittivity, so the mode of heat transfer is two things. It has convection, since emittivity is also given, means it also having radiation. So emittivity is given to be what? Is given to be 0.6. Okay, why emittivity is not having a value? Why? Or what is the reason behind emittivity not having a value? Okay, that's a very good question you should ask. Okay, so emittivity is nothing but a measure of how close a surface approximates a black body. So for a black body, emittivity is 1, and for a white body, emittivity is 0. So any body whose emittivity is between 0 and 1 is an emittivity. Okay, so its emittivity is not having any value. Okay, I mean there is no unit for emittivity. Okay, so what is also given? The surface area is given. So area they gave it to us as 0.02 meter square. Okay, and what else is also given? Determine the temperature at the base. So they are asking you to find Ts is unknown. Okay, so let me change the color. So here we have two modes of heat transfer. One is what? We have convection and we also have radiation. So the mode of heat transfer over here is two modes, convection plus radiation. Okay, and we wrote all the given, what are given in the question. What is the question? To find this surface temperature. This is unknown. Okay, so we know what Q total is equal to the heat transfer due to convection plus the heat transfer due to radiation, right? So heat transfer due to convection as per Newton's law of cooling is Q dot convection is what? H, the heat transfer coefficient, surface area A is Ts minus T infinity, the surrounding air, or we can say T air. Okay, we know what is H. H is what? 35 watt per meter square degree Celsius. Okay, this is our H multiplied by area is given 0.02 meter square. Ts is the something that is unknown to us, which we need to find, minus the T air is also known to us, 20, but you have to convert into Kelvin because the Ts is unknown. So you will convert it to Kelvin, it will be 273. Bracket, hold bracket. Okay, so that is Q convection. Now similar way, we know for radiation the law is what? Stephens-Boltzmann's law of radiation. So we know Q dot radiation is what? And here we have two medium. We have a medium. So we need to take into account that as well. Okay. So it is nothing but emittivity, which is epsilon sigma. Sigma is Stephen-Boltzmann constant. Okay. As Ts4 minus T surrounding or T air, but the power is to 4. Okay, so please don't forget to multiply or change it to Kelvin. Very important. Okay, which we know the value is given for this 0.6. Okay, multiplied by Stephens-Boltzmann constant is always a constant value, which is 5.670 multiplied by 10 to power minus 8. It also has a unit which is watt per meter square, Kelvin power 4, and then Ts4 minus the T air, which is 293 Kelvin. Okay, if you add 20 plus 273, it will give you 293 power 4 square. So we know Q total is also known. This is the Q total value, which is 1000 watt. This is your Q total, right? So substituting all this into this equation and doing mathematical calculations, you will get the the Ts surrounding as Ts will be around 947 Kelvin, which you subtract, you will get it has subtract by 273 will give you 74 degree Celsius. Okay, degree Celsius. So I feel I have covered two good questions in this chapter, which is was from conduction part, and the second one was from the radiation part. And I also have taken you through the three different basic modes of heat transfer: the conduction, convection, radiation. Also we went through the summary, and we know that medium is not moving. We also know that for medium, for conduction and convection, it requires a medium, and for radiation, it does not require a medium. And when medium is not moving, it's conduction, and when there is no bulk motion, it's conduction, and when there is a bulk motion, it is convection. Okay, so whenever a fluid motion is involved, it's called convection. Okay, so sometimes there will be conduction and convection together, or convection, radiation together, but all the three together is not possible. Okay, so conduction, convection, radiation is not possible. So either conduction, convection, radiation, convection, radiation. Okay, so thank you, and if you have any questions, we will discuss in detail in the live session.